In America, everyone counts, and the 2020 census is how that great promise is kept. Respond today online, by phone, or by mail, and help inform hundreds of billions in funding for education, health programs, and more. Shape your future. Start at 2020census.gov. All right, folks, our next story. You know what? I really do love that song by Smokey Robinson. D'Angelo remade it. I love it when we're cruising together. Steve Bannon was just cruising down the ocean, and he was just having the time of his life, y'all, this morning on a $28 million yacht. Then all of a sudden, some folk with the Postal Service just rolled up and said, "Let me holler at you." Y'all, Steve Bannon, former campaign leader for Donald Trump, top advisor in the White House. This is what he looked like a few hours ago when he was in court.
Oh, got a mask on.
Steve Bannon was arrested. Wow. This is a artistic rendering. No cameras are allowed in federal courts. This is an artistic rendering from Reuters. He was arrested on fraud charges in the border wall fundraising scam. Steve Bannon and 3 others defrauded donors by raising more than $25 million to build a wall along the southern border of the United States. According to the indictment, Bannon promised that all of the money would be used for the project. Oh, that was a lie. Instead, hundreds of thousands of dollars were used for personal gain. Do y'all know who I haven't heard from today? I ain't heard from Steve Bannon's good buddy, Raynard Jackson. Oh. So remember Raynard was talking all that trash? Well, Raynard went on Steve Bannon's radio show. So Steve Bannon is the latest Trumper, Reese, to be indicted. And Trump was asked about this today. Oh, he was sad to hear it. But somebody said, but hold up, but you picked all these people.
Right.
Isn't it amazing? Then he tried to say, oh, Obama was corrupt. No, please just refresh my memory. I don't recall Obama people doing perp walks.
No. And this is actually the second Trump campaign co-chair or manager to get arrested. Paul Manafort has already been convicted of crimes that he committed. And so the Trump orbit is nothing more than a criminal enterprise. I think by the time, in the next couple of years, we're going to see some RICO charges on all these people, and they're all going to go down. The way that you get the white folks is you got to get them with the financial crimes, okay? They get the black folks with the stop and frisk and all the other stuff, but you got to get the white folks with the financial crimes. And so it's much harder to weasel out of these things because they have all the documentation. And so, these are the chickens coming home to roost, and even Bill Barr cannot come to Steve Bannon's rescue. And the good thing is that this likely will not be dispositioned in a way that Donald Trump can pardon him or commute his sentence like he did with Roger Stone, and he will be going to jail behind this.
So here, the folks at the Midas Touch, they don't wait long. They already dropped they Steve Bannon ad. And I'm obliged to play it.
Papadopoulos was convicted of lying to the FBI about his contacts with Russians.
He was the coffee boy.
Don't remember much about it.
Former Trump campaign advisor Rick Gates pleaded guilty.
Paul Manafort convicted on 8 criminal counts.
George Nader just arrested today on child pornography charges.
Associates of the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani.
Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman.
I don't even know who they are.
Felix Sater. He is in the news because of his efforts to build a hotel in Moscow with Donald Trump.
If he were sitting in the room right now, I really wouldn't know what he looked like.
President Trump's longtime personal lawyer, Michael Cohen.
Michael Flynn admitting he lied to the FBI.
Roger Stone has now been found guilty on 7 counts.
Breaking news of Trump's ex-political advisor, Steve Bannon, being arrested in connection with a crowdfunding scheme called We Build the Wall.
My
Midas Touch is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey, Reese, I guess they might have a new slogan in the White House. I don't know.
Well, I love that they had the only people who haven't been indicted yet. We do know from news this week that there had been several criminal referrals from the Senate intelligence investigation that were sent to, I believe, Barr or one of Trump's corrupt attorney generals that were not acted upon. And so there are some people that are still in the crosshairs of criminal liability.
But before I go to you, Greg, you know the Lincoln Project, they had to have something to say too.
Of course.
And I am obliged to play it. I guess if Trump wants some inside knowledge of the federal prison system, he can ask all of his former workers.
Well, I suspect, Roland, he had some inside knowledge even of this, because remember, this is the Southern District of New York. That's where Audrey Strauss is her first big case that she's announced since Toady Barr replaced Jeffrey Berman up there. I think Trump probably knew about this. And you messy for going on Twitter and putting all them boat songs on there, brother. My contribution to your list was the Hughes Corporation.
Hashtag songs for Steve Bannon.
Songs for Steve Bannon. My contribution was the Hughes Corporation, Rock the Boat.
Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a line in there. Up till now, we've sailed through every storm. But understand that Steve Bannon considers himself an intellectual. I used to see Steve Bannon over at Capitol Hill Books right down the street from the Capitol. It's not there anymore. But this shows you that appeals to intellect, appeals to trying to think through. I mean, Steve Bannon trying to create a globalist society, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, this is about naked power. When he couldn't serve Donald Trump anymore, they threw him overboard. And if you don't think that Barr didn't tell Trump before this went down that the Southern District was getting ready to drop the hammer, because remember, Trump said something the other day about, oh, Bannon, I don't know, man. Yeah, because it's your turn. I'm just waiting on Steve Bannon's book and Steve Bannon to finally name all the names. But even that's not going to be enough, because between the QAnon people and the White Nationalist Party, they don't care about criminality. This is all about power, brother. Yep. So they will throw Steve Bannon. Oh, he's finding out now.
So here, before you speak, Erica, this is when the Orange One was asked about his former homie, Steve Bannon, at the White House today.
It's Roger Stone, it's Michael Flynn, it's Rick Gates, Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen. What's it say about your judgment that these are the kind of people?
Well, I have no idea.
And the culture of lawlessness around.
Well, no, there was great lawlessness in the Obama administration. They spied on our campaign illegally. And if you look at all of the things and all of the scandals they had tremendous lawlessness. But I know nothing about. I was not involved in the project. I have no idea who was. But I can tell you, I didn't know the three people that were talked about were people that I did not know. I don't believe I ever met them. I don't think that should be a privately financed wall. I don't think it's too complex. It's too big. And we're now up to 300 miles almost in another week and a half. We'll be up to 300 miles of wall at the highest level. They were even having construction problems. I was reading, the little I know about it, I got from you. I was reading where they were having construction problems with the wall that they had a small area just to show people that they could build a wall, and they were having a lot of problems where it was toppling over and other things. And I didn't like it because I didn't want to be associated with that. We built a very powerful wall. It was a wall that is virtually impossible to get through. It's very, very tough. It's very strong, and it's everything the Border Patrol wants.
Reese, his ass line. Excuse me, Eric, his ass line.
Yeah, he's the father of lies and the son of a Klansman, right? When you think about Steve Bannon, I immediately think about, and I always go back to this moment in CPAC in February 2017, where he sat on stage and said very boldly, and it was printed across many, many publications, and people talked about it, well, except for Black people, very casually, that the plan for this particular regime was to deconstruct the administrative state. And now Steve Bannon, the day after Senator Kamala Harris made it very clear that she knows a predator when she sees one and has no issue with prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, that very next day that he was arrested. I think that's just very poetic in and of itself. And so when we kind of look at, the grifting nature, right, this emoluments president, and that things that come out of his loin pretty much do the same thing. Now, interestingly enough, from what I understand, the yacht that he was on was of a Chinese billionaire. So when you think about all of the money that
a Chinese billionaire reportedly tied to Chinese Secret Service. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But see, this is why you have to be tuned in to Roland Martin Unfiltered. And why all of this matters, everyone, is because while this regime, and I'm going to use the term that I love when Dr. Carr talks about toadies, William Barr, and all of those different sycophants and people that fall up under that regime, real dear leader squadron, is that when you think about what they've been doing is telling Americans, listen, $600 a month, that's too much, maybe $200. However, I'm going to be home for about 3 weeks or somewhere for 3 weeks. We'll pick it up later. These are the people that are saying that they want to make sure that corporations are taken care of. They want to make sure that they're taking care of the NRA, all of these different kind of organizations, but starving Americans. And so I think that when people see this particular regime and all of the people that come out of this regime, it is real, to me, it makes it much, much easier to cast a vote for people who actually do believe in some level of the rule of law.
But I do want to remind y'all that Donald Trump said, I never believed in this project. I did not support this project. But your grifting ass son did. Your namesake.
His campaign rally?
I am obliged to play this video.
And thank you guys for being here. Brian, thank you so much for all your sacrifices doing this and showing really what capitalism's all about, right? This is private enterprise at its finest, doing it better, faster, cheaper than anything else. And what you guys are doing is pretty amazing. It started from a grassroots effort, and it's just doing some wonderful things for an important issue. And thank you guys for being here. Brian, thank you so much for all your sacrifices doing this.
So the Brian he was referencing, that's one of the people who got indicted today. So when Donald Trump says, oh, I was never down with this, yeah, but Fredo was.
I don't say that about Fredo. He's not dumb, he's smart. He's smart and he wants respect, brother.
Fredo was. See, y'all,
there is no Michael Corleone in that
I kept trying to tell y'all, this is the thug in chief. This is the thug in chief. This is, they all are grifters. And you know who the stupidest people out there are? These stupid conservatives who just keep giving these fools money. Remember the other fools who had that Trump pact? And the fools thought they were giving money for Trump re-election, and all that they were doing was simply paying themselves. I keep trying to tell, look, you stupid if you give money to Candace Owens. You stupid if you give money to Brandon Tatum. You got to be a dumbass to give money to Jesse Lee Peterson, to Steve Bannon, to all of these. That's the game they play. the game they play. And these folks just sit here and say, y'all got to understand how the game works. That's why you got all these conservative radio stations. Because what these folks do is they sit there and they sip every day. They just feeding them that stuff. Obama was weak. Obama's a Muslim. Obama was a terrorist. All this sort of stuff. And they buying into it. So they come back and they just shell out they $5, $10, $20, $25. They raised $25 million for this wall. 25 million. You can go down the line. That's what you have here. And see, now y'all understand. Now y'all understand why Trump wanted Barr in. Hell, Barr, this thing was, let me tell y'all something. If this thing was close, Barr would have told him shut it down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Even Barr probably like, damn, I can't even. Hey dog.
No question.
I can't even fix this one. He was like, I mean, damn, man, you know, Barr was like, look, Donald, damn, I mean, I done fixed the Roger Stone thing. All right, I fixed the Michael Flynn thing. But they got so much stuff on these fools, I can't even fix. Oh, but guess who also, y'all, was on the advisory committee? Eric Prince.
Oh,
Betsy DeVos's brother. I ain't done. Former baseball player, that racist Kurt Schilling.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who else? Fake-ass cowboy David Clark.
Oh, yeah.
So
all of them
he
were
needs
on.
to check.
Yeah, the U.S. Attorney's Office ain't done.
And the post office police. I guess some does work at the post office, huh?
Okay.
All I'm saying, I'm just saying. So while all y'all sitting here acting a fool, you know, doing what y'all do, I just keep trying to explain to y'all. You know, okay, keep it up. Y'all, these are thugs. They are grifters. That's all they know. That's all they do. And you just need to understand how they roll. I'm just trying to tell y'all. So look, and that's why they're trying to hold on, because Trump, y'all, hold up, I forgot. I got to tell y'all the last one. The damn court in New York said, Trump, no. You got to turn your tax returns over to the DA in Manhattan. Now they're trying to fight that. Y'all.
But Roland, you know that problem with judges.
Right,
that's right.
Right, but the deal though is
because John Roberts set it up, so they're gonna have to appeal it back to him. That's why he won. He didn't win. They knew they was gonna do. That's right.
Hey, all I'm saying is this here. When you have thug after thug after thug, y'all. I told y'all it's 74 days left in this. I got my notice today, my absentee ballot, filled it out today, mail that sucker back. Y'all, if we do what we are supposed to do, I know there's a new poll saying they tied in Minnesota, but y'all, if we do what we are supposed to do, the day after election, I'm gonna be sitting here jamming to this. Crank it up. Us and John P. King singing, I Made It Out. Now look, Obama said it last night in his speech. No, pull the music. I didn't tell you pull the music down. Going back to the panel. The only way this gonna happen is if y'all get registered, is if y'all vote, is if you check your registration. You got to tell every family member, every one of your cousins, you got your nephew, your niece, your aunt, your uncle, all of them, because these thugs have got to go, because we got to be out of this mess. Sing it, John. If y'all stay at home, That ain't gonna happen. Go ahead and close us out, Greg Carr.
No, brother. My soul look back and wonder how I got over might be the one I'll see if we get past January.
Reese, close us out.
My make it out a little bit farther than the U.S., but I will be in spirit and say, if you don't vote, none of it matters.
Right.
Are going to be in whatever the earthly version of hell is.
Hold on, Reese. Greg finish. Greg finish.
All right, go ahead.
Reese, go ahead.
I'm saying we naming it and we claiming it Biden-Harris victory 2020, but we got to vote Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, and Plan Z.
Go ahead. Erica, close it out.
Come on, Eric.
And get your voting outfit together. Yes, I said outfit. I'm bringing the whole South. Get your voting outfit together. Your PPE, your shoes, your shoe covers, your face shield, your mask, your little water, your hairnet, your gloves, your extra gloves, your hand sanitizer, your chaps if you have to wear them. Get your voting outfit together now.
Look, I'm real clear. I am hyper-focused. This thug and his birth-a-damn wife and his ignorant children, all them grifters have got to go.
Come on, Roland.
And anybody who want to sit here and play games, any of y'all want to say, hey, this ain't no big deal, we really have dealt with more. These folk don't believe in civil rights. They don't believe in police consent decrees. They don't believe in real criminal justice reform. They don't believe in actually helping black businesses. They don't believe in the Affordable Care Act and helping folks with health care. And even Republican states like Oklahoma and Missouri passed Medicaid expansion. All I'm saying is if y'all sitting here stuck on stupid, keep making up some bullshit in terms of what's going on. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, if they are in charge of the White House, in charge of the Senate, there's nothing that you say you care about that they are going to do. They ain't moved on fixing the Voting Rights Act. They have not moved on making sure our elections are secure. Mitch McConnell says, look, he's the grave digger. You name it, that's what he is. And so, this is not about Democrat, Republican. This ain't about even Trump, Biden. This is literally a decision that you're going to be voting on for your children's children. Don't play games with this. I'm telling y'all right now, these folks got to go. And I told y'all this means war. They asses got to go. And so if any more of these thugs get arrested, hell yeah, we gonna do the happy dance. And I can't wait for Trump to lose so they can go back and indict Roger Stone and throw his punk ass in prison with that particular racist. Back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. As our community comes together to support the fight against racial injustice, I want to take a second to talk about one thing we can do to ensure our voices are heard. Not tomorrow, but now. Have your voices heard in terms of what kind of future we want by taking the 2020 census today at 2020census.gov? Now, folks, let me help you out. The census is a count of everyone living in the country. It happens once every 10 years. It is mandated by the U.S. Constitution. The thing that's important is that the census informs funding, billions of dollars, how they are spent in our communities every single year. I grew up in Clinton Park in Houston, Texas, and we wanted new parks and roads and a senior citizen center. Well, the census helps inform all of that and where funding goes. It also determines how many seats your state will get in the U.S. House of Representatives. Young black men and young children of color are historically undercounted, which means a potential loss of funding for services that helps our community. Folks, we have the power to change that. We have the power to help determine where hundreds of billions in federal funding go each year for the next 10 years. Funding that can impact our community, our neighborhoods, and our families and friends. Folks, responses are 100% confidential and can't be shared with your landlord, law enforcement, or any government agency. So please, take the 2020 census today. Shape your future. Start at 2020census.gov.